Former Manchester United and England legend Wayne Rooney announced his retirement from football as a player on Friday, with Championship side Derby County announcing the 35-year-old has agreed to become their full-time manager until summer 2023. So the curtain fell on a career as a player that amassed 763 appearances for 4 different clubs. The striker collected 5 league titles, 3 League Cups, an FA Cup, a Champions League trophy and a Europa League medal during his 19-year illustrious career. Rooney has always been a player who has divided opinion of the fans over the years. For some, he was a world-class talent who could not reach his potential despite having a phenomenal career. For others, he was a world-class player who had a wonderful career in which he achieved almost everything. But one thing is certain, nobody can take away his status as one of the best players of the English Premier League has witnessed. Rooney started his professional career at Everton, where he made his senior debut in 2002 after coming through the academy ranks. He was 16 years and 360 days old when he scored his first league goal for the Toffees. And it wasn't an ordinary goal in terms of the impact it had on his career. Rooney made history and became the youngest ever goalscorer in the Premier League after scoring the injury time winner against Arsenal that ended the Gunners' 30-game unbeaten run under Arsene Wenger. Rooney's unrivaled abilities earned him his first England cap at 17, and he went on to light up the Euro 2004, threatening to end the Three Lions' 38-year trophy drought. However, he sustained an injury in the quarter-final game against Portugal, and the Three Lions' chances went with him. In the same summer, he made a move to Manchester from Goodison Park for a reported £27 million. He had 3 incredible first years at United in which he was named Young Player of the Season twice. The emergence of Cristiano Ronaldo at the Manchester-based club forced Sir Alex Ferguson to play Rooney in an unfamiliar wide role, but the star was not too affected and kept scoring goals season after season under the legendary Scottish tactician. Over the course of those 13 years at Old Trafford, he became United's record goalscorer with 253 goals scored, eclipsing Sir Bobby Charlton's record in 2017. And with 208 goals in total, Rooney is also the second most prolific scorer of the Premier League era, behind Alan Shearer. But things began to get complicated after Ferguson's retirement in 2013. His departure had an instant impact on Rooney, whose performances stagnated during the last 3 years of his stay in Manchester.
He knew every player, he knew the ins and outs of every player, he knew the way to speak to the player, how to get a reaction from them.
He lost his touch and frightening pace, while his eye for goal deserted him. Louis van Gaal and David Moyes tried playing him in different positions, but they couldn't get the best out of him. The arrival of Jose Mourinho gave Rooney a glimmer of hope, but the Portuguese boss soon figured out that Rooney was already past his best. Consequently, Rooney lost his place in the starting 11 under Mourinho. That same year, he returned to Everton before moving to DC United in 2018. The following year, he joined second-tier English side Derby County as a player-coach. Rooney's transition into coaching and management was not too unexpected or surprising for many. He had been speaking about his ambition to be a manager for several years. He started working towards his coaching badges when he was still playing for the Red Devils. Rooney joined Derby in January last year under Philippe Cocu after signing an 18-month contract for a reported £100,000 a week in wages. The England international managed to score 6 goals and 4 assists during his stint as a player at Pride Park. The England international served as interim manager after the sacking of Cocu in November last year. The English outfit parted company with the Dutch tactician following a series of disappointing results. Rooney, who stepped in as their man in charge after the manager's departure, helped the Rams get back on track with some decent results. Prior to their 2-0 defeat in the FA Cup against Chorley, Derby recorded 3 wins and 4 draws from their last 9 league games. And that's certainly not a bad tally for a person who landed his first managerial job, that too a club that amassed 6 points in the last 11 games prior to the previous manager's dismissal. England's all-time leading goalscorer followed in the footsteps of compatriots Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard and Scott Parker to take up managerial roles after retirement. Gerrard is managing Rangers, while Lampard and Parker assumed coaching duties at Fulham. And Rooney, who could not hide his excitement at joining as a manager for a club with a rich history, admitted that he was completely blown away by the stature of the club's facilities, despite playing in England's lower division. When I first arrived back in the United Kingdom, I was completely blown away by the potential of Derby County Football Club. The stadium, training ground, the quality of the playing staff and the young players coming through, and of course, the fan base that has remained loyal and supportive. It's a great feeling, It's something I've been preparing for a few years now. This football club is huge. This club will always be trying to grow and achieve big things. For me, to try and help the club get back to its glory days is a massive opportunity. I've had a great career with a few ups and a few downs, but I wouldn't change anything. But now, I'd like to write some history in my managerial career. Despite other offers, I knew instinctively Derby County was the place for me. To be given the opportunity to follow the likes of Brian Clough, Jim Smith, Frank Lampard and Philip Cocu is such an honour, and I can promise everyone involved in the club and all our fans, my staff and I will leave no stone unturned in achieving the potential I have witnessed over the last 12 months of this historic football club, Rooney said. Rooney's name and fame may have earned him this managerial position at the Derby-based club, but from here on in, he will have to survive on his own and will only be judged for the team's performances and results alone. Changing the dressing room's mentality should be the first thing on his radar, where the players are reportedly tired of overcomplicated tactics used by the former manager. Rooney can start with the simplistic model, work hard and train hard to earn the trust of his players. Rooney has already won several hearts after his first press conference as a manager. The first thing Rooney successfully did after taking the hot seat was to change the minds of the sceptical fans who initially thought that the incoming manager would start by blaming the former. But he did the opposite by taking his share of the blame for the dire position Derby found themselves in. Another thing he did to win the trust of the fans was to pay close attention to the events happening away from the first team. He was spotted at Loughborough University watching the under-23s and inviting younger players into first team training. Knowing how difficult it is to break into the first team, Rooney has definitely left an impression on the club's aspiring academy products. Lastly, the fans are appreciating the presence of their new manager during the pre-match warm-up, just like Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp. This approach can certainly allow Rooney to spot any grey areas to discuss before the team heads into the dressing room prior to the match. There's no denying the fact that Rooney was himself a great player, but he was also surrounded by a host of top-performing individuals during his playing career. So, he already knows how to treat individuals and get the best out of them. But in the end, it's all about getting good results through teamwork. Rooney knows the significance of a collective team effort for the right results, so he won't be wasting too much time concentrating on individual players. Rooney was able to do all of this because he learned a lot by working under some of the best managers in world football during his playing career. He's well organised, understands the game from the inside out. Now, he just needs to replicate what he's learned from his bosses over the years. The presence of Steve McLaren as Derby's technical director could prove to be another important factor behind Rooney's success at Pride Park as a manager. McLaren enjoyed a good relationship with Rooney when he worked as the assistant manager under then England boss Sven-Göran Eriksson, and with his connections in the Premier League, he can certainly convince a few clubs to loan out a few players who desperately need some game time, and that can act as a game changer for Rooney. Certain reports in the media suggest that Rooney confirmed the availability of his former teammate Phil Jones. The out-of-favour English defender fell down the pecking order after the arrival of Harry Maguire from Leicester. It's true that things didn't go as planned for Rooney's first game in charge. He was denied a dream start to his managerial career following their 1-0 defeat against Rotherham United on Saturday. The Rams had a good first half, but a second-half goal in the 86th minute was enough to show them the ground reality of where they stand. Derby will now host third-placed Bournemouth. As things stand, the Rams are in the 23rd spot on the league table, level on points with Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday. But it would be a joke to judge Rooney on recent results. The 35-year-old should be given ample time at least until the end of the current season before drawing conclusions if he would struggle to save Derby from relegation. While he might have achieved quite a lot in his playing career and managed to more than hold his own against some of the greatest players of this millennia, Rooney is in for a difficult ride as the manager of Derby. But knowing his personality and mental strength, you can be sure to see the legendary United forward give his all to the team's cause.